Welcome to the Michigan Association for College Admission Counseling's Virtual College Fair. Thank you very much for joining us today. Before we get started with our presentation, just a few quick housekeeping items to go over. The first is that attendees are welcome and certainly encouraged to ask questions to any of the panelists at any time utilizing the Q&A feature. You can pose your question to a specific panelist, or you can ask a general question to any and all of the panelists. Also, just a reminder that your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And there are additional sessions today as well as this week. So if you haven't signed up for those yet, please do feel free to do so. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. Without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our panelists. And up first will be the University of Essex.
Great, thank you, Chris. Let's begin by sharing my screen. Hopefully you can all see that. Hi, my name is Emma and I work in the marketing and student recruitment team at the University of Essex. I have about 6 minutes to speak with you, so to keep this nice and simple, I have put together 6 of my favourite things about the University of Essex. So first up is location. The University of Essex has 3 campuses located in Colchester, Southend and Loughton. Colchester is the largest of our 3 campuses. At the bottom there is a picture, an aerial view of the campus itself. It sits on 200 acres of beautiful and award-winning parkland. One of my favourite things about Essex is the fact that we are within really easy reach of London. London is an amazing city, it has so much to offer, but it is a very expensive city. So we are less than an hour by train, so it's certainly very accessible. A fun fact about Colchester is it is the UK's oldest recorded town. So there's some really beautiful Roman architecture, and you can see a picture there of Castle Park. You can see in the map where we're located in the southeast of the UK, quite close to the coast, and we do actually have some of the UK's best weather. We're not known for for glorious sunshine in the UK, but where we're located, we do have some of the lowest amount of rainfall and highest amount of sunshine hours. And probably my favourite thing about our location is the fact that we are a real mix of beaches. So we're close to the coast, we're really close to the City of London, we're surrounded by some beautiful countryside and some really lovely villages. So we have a lovely mix of everything. Okay, so next up is academic teaching. In 2018, we were awarded University of the Year by the Times Higher Education. And in the higher education industry, that's kind of the equivalent of winning the Oscars. So we were very proud of that, and it's still something we talk about. We are rated gold in the Teaching Excellence Framework, and that's the highest accolade that you could be awarded. So that's a testament to the quality of the teaching. We are also recognised for the quality of our research as well. So we're a research-led university and we're in the top 25. We are a university that is recognised for our social sciences. So in particular, politics, sociology, international relations, economics, law, human rights, these are subjects that we're consistently well ranked for. And our Essex Business School is also in the top 2% wide world. And we have very much an interdisciplinary approach to our teaching. So you can really shape the degree that you're studying around your interests. We have got a huge wide range of subjects, which I definitely don't have time to go into, but there's a link at the bottom of the page if you wanted to take a look at them in a bit more detail. Okay, so next up is student life. At the University of Essex, we have over 160 different sports clubs and societies, so I'm very sure that there would definitely be something that would take your interest. We guarantee on-campus accommodation to our first year students, so you would get to live on campus. Our Colchester campus, which is the largest, has kind of a mini city vibe where you would live on campus, your academic buildings would be on campus, all sorts of facilities, sports, theatre, cinema, loads of places to eat and hang out. It's all in one place, so it kind of has a mini city vibe, as I said. We're also recognised for the fact that we are 7th for spend on services and facilities per student. So we're pumping money back into our campuses for students to be able to take advantage of services and facilities. And a couple of examples would be our brand new STEM centre and a brand new sports arena as well. So it's also really cost effective to study in the UK. In England, our degrees are 3 years in length. So already that's 1 whole year's worth of fees that you don't have to pay for. Our fees do vary slightly from course to course, but typically you'll be looking at about 16.5 to just under £20,000 per academic year. So they're really competitive fees. We have lots of really great scholarships as well. So we have an America's Regional Scholarship, which students submit an application for, and it's worth £3,000. We also have a number of sports scholarships. So if you're a talented athlete, then you might be eligible for one of our sports scholarships. And we also have an IB Excellence Scholarship. And also we are FAFSA accredited. So if you're wondering how you might fund your studies in the UK, then you would be able to use federal aid at Essex. Okay, so employability. If you're a particularly career-orientated student, then a placement year might be a really great opportunity for you. You would get to do a year's industry experience, which is embedded in your degree. That would take 4 years, but placement years are often paid, so it's also a good way to make some money, and it's something that employers do look favourably upon. 91% of our students are either in employment or have gone into further study once they have graduated. We also have employability modules built within our undergraduate degree, so we're preparing you for the workplace once you've graduated. Skills and CV workshops are available, and there's lots of networking and career events and opportunities on campus. We also offer a possibility for you to learn a language completely for free alongside your degree with our Languages for All programme. Okay, so the final reason is the global community at Essex. We're a really international university, and it's definitely one of my favourite things about Essex. We are 4th in the UK for international outlook. It's not just our students, it's our staff as well that are from all over the world. We have over 15,000 students and over 140 nationalities represented in Colchester. So that's almost 40% of our students that are from outside the UK. So you would study, live and work with people from all over the world. And I think I just have time to share my contact details with you. I'll pop them in the chat as well, but if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, University of Essex. Just a reminder to any attendees who recently joined us, if you do have any questions for our panelists, please do feel free to send them through the Q&A. But up next is Oxford Brookes University.
Hi, everyone. I'm just sharing my screen now. So hi there. My name is Siobhan Frank. I'm the Global Recruitment Manager here at Oxford Brookes University. So I'm responsible for helping students from the US, Canada, and Mexico come to study here in the UK, similar to a lot of my colleagues who are here tonight as well. So Oxford Brookes itself, we're a mid-sized university with around 18,000 students. 17% of our student body is made up of international students from over 140 different countries. So I think you're going to notice a theme in the session tonight that if you are looking for some type of international focus or having a bit more of an international student body, that coming to study in the UK is a really great option. Most UK universities are going to have a much higher percentage of international students, and that's just because it's a little bit more global, as universities do attract quite a wide array of students here as well. So Oxford Brookes is located in the city of Oxford. You might recognize the name. We do share the city with another universities. So we have Oxford Brookes University and we have the University of Oxford here in Oxford, United Kingdom. So over here on our left-hand side, you can see a quick map of what it looks like. So we're nice and close to London, a quick, easy, about an hour into London. We have both a train and a direct 24-hour bus line service that actually takes you in and out of the city. There's a stop actually outside of our Headington campus as well. We're also nice and close to Heathrow Airport and London Gatwick Airport. So if you are interested in kind of flying over, they're really good airports from the US to get over here because they are some large international airports as well. Now, Oxford itself is very much a student-friendly city. 1 in every 4 adults here are students, which does mean that there's a lot of facilities that are catering towards students here. It itself is a center for industry and enterprise. So in addition to being in the heart of Motorsport Valley, we have things like 3 major publishing houses in the city. We have biomedicine, biotech in the city. A lot of the things tend to kind of stem off from a lot of the research that's happening in and around the city. So there's tons of different types of industry in and around in the city itself. Now, as an Oxford Brookes student, you get access to the Bodleian Library and what's called the Oxford Union. So the Bodleian Library is part of the University of Oxford's library system. It is a very large library system, so as a student here, you'll be able to access that. And then you'll also be able to join the Oxford Union, which is a debating society, but they also hold all sorts of different events. So they hold major talks anywhere from Game of Thrones cast to they've had political and world leaders. And then they've also had things like famous rappers as well. So lots of interesting things happening there too. Now, we were originally founded as a school of art in 1865, and we are one of the younger universities here in the UK, having only been formally recognized as a university in 1992. So we do have a very long history here, but a very short tenure as a formal institution or university here in the UK. Now, we do hold a number of different accolades, including being among the world's top universities in over 13 different subject areas. So some of these include business and management, politics and international studies, English language and literature, engineering, real estate, and social studies. We're also ranked second in teaching according to the Times Higher Education Young University rankings, and 95% of our students are either employed or in further education within 6 months of graduating. Now, why Oxford Brookes? Oxford Brookes is more than just our rankings. So by coming here, you're going to get to meet some international friends. You get to live in Oxford, which is a world famous city known for its rich education and history. Here in the middle, you can see a lovely picture of some of our students who are doing what's called punting. And this is very famous to both Oxford and Cambridge. It's a little bit like a gondola style, kind of on the river, but it really embodies some of the activities that you can do in and around the city. There's lots going on. We've got the Oxford Botanic Gardens here in the background as well. Now, just to give you a sense too, up here on our top left, you can see Broad Street, which is a great example of what our downtown looks like. This is one of our main streets. You can also see our School of Law. So that's one of our older buildings here on campus. And then over here on our right, you can see a nice marriage between the modern with our John Henry Brookes building, which was completed in 2014. Now, at Oxford Brookes, we've got 4 main faculties. So we've got business school, health and life sciences, humanities and social sciences, and the faculty of technology, design, and the environment. And within those 4 faculties, we have a number of different departments and schools. So within that, we've got about 200 undergraduate programs, many of which offer what's called a placement year. So that's a 1-year paid work placement year where you could get some experience in industry, in addition to the 3-year undergraduate degree. Now, again, prior to becoming a university, the school was polytechnic. So very much it embodies the ethos of giving you the applied skills necessary to enter into the workforce. So over here on our left-hand side, I think sometimes it's nice to see some pictures of what you can access on campus. Over here on our left-hand side, you can see our motorsport engineering facility. We do rank very well for motorsport engineering. The Oxford Brookes racing team is one of the highest ranked racing teams here in the UK. But you can see that they do work on really top of the line kit. They work on real F1 race cars. Over here on our right hand side, you can see our sport and exercise science equipment. So this just gives you a nice sense of the types of facilities that you're going to be working with, really high end, high spec equipment as part of your studies. Now, our entry requirements, we are now test optional this year, 3.0 and above. Some courses might have a subject specific requirement. Our tuition fees range from about that £14,000 to £17,000, and we do accept FAFSA, Veterans Loans Benefits, and Sallie Mae loans. Now, again, just quickly, as an international student, you can apply 3 ways: through UCAS, which is the UK's central application service, to us directly, or through one of your local agents. And if you have any questions at all, do feel free to get in touch with me. You can either have a look at our website at www.brookes.ac.uk, or you can contact me directly at sfrank@brookes.ac.uk. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Oxford Brookes. Up next, we're going to move to American College Dublin.
Thanks, Christopher. Oh, yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Healy, and I am the admissions representative for the American College Dublin. So I wanted to go ahead and start off the presentation with this picture because I think it's a really great representation of Dublin as a city. As you can see in this photo, there's tons going on. There's a lot of restaurants and pubs and stores and libraries and a lot of great little places to discover. It's a really great city to just walk around. You'll always see something new, something interesting, and it's a great place to do that. Furthermore, the people are extremely friendly. If you ever need directions or anything like that, it's a great, friendly city, and it really feels like a great community. And if you bring your eyes to the background of the photo, you'll see St. Anne's Church, and that is where the American College Dublin hosts their formal graduation ceremonies. So there's something for you to look forward to a little further down the road. So we are an Irish American university, which means that we uphold the standards of accrediting bodies from both Ireland and the US through the Quality and Qualifications Ireland and the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. So what this means for you as a student at ACD is that you can pick the path that makes the most sense for you as a student. And when I say that, I mean that through the accreditation from Ireland, your undergraduate degree would be 3 years, and you would just be taking classes within your subject field. Now, if you did the more standard 4-year degree, which we see here in the States, you would be taking courses, of course, in your program and both some different electives. So it really gives you an opportunity to look at yourself as a student and kind of feel what you would prefer more doing. We are a pretty small school, but we do this on purpose because we really like to have a small, intimate classroom environment. Our lectures are typically less than 20 students, and this arrangement really facilitates an interactive experience within the classroom. There's plenty of opportunities for breakout groups. The professors try and use tons of different forms of media to get the lesson across to you as the students. So it's not just a professor lecturing at you, it's really more of a conversation-based environment. So as I mentioned, Dublin is a really great city. We are truly in the heart of the city, right on Marion Square. And we are just a minute walk away from the National Gallery. So there's plenty to see just right in our little neighborhood. But beyond that, we really want Dublin to be your campus. We want you to take advantage of what the city has to offer. And we want you to take the things that you're learning in the classroom and go outside into the city and make those kind of real life connections and be able to have that aha moment. So I just want to talk briefly about our administration. So it is also small, like our classrooms. And we operate like this because we have an open door policy. All of our students are encouraged to drop by and get to know the administration. We don't have these rigid like roles for our teachers and staff because we want to accommodate you as best we can. So, we want to encourage you to talk to us and, have an open dialogue about what you need or how we can facilitate your learning. So these are the programs we offer. That 3-year bachelor's program is through the accreditation through Ireland in international business and liberal arts. And then our 4-year bachelor's, we also have an international business, hospitality management, event management, liberal arts, and then a 4-year BFA in musical theater, performance, and creative writing. So ACD welcomes applicants from every corner of the globe. And because of this, our requirements are aimed at gathering more of a holistic view of you. We really want to get to know who you are. So because of this, we have a minimum 2.0 GPA, a personal statement or cover letter that describes why you would like to study your chosen area at ACD. So this is kind of your opportunity to really tell us who you are as a student and as a person. So we really want to get to know you through this personal statement because in the end, we want to make sure that we are a good fit for you and you're a good fit for the school because that's when you'll have the best, most productive time at a college. We are test optional. Also, your test scores, any recognition or awards, publications, all of that is optional. If you feel like it rounds you out better, as a student, or kind of paints a bigger picture view, you're more than welcome to include them. But again, it is optional. So our tuition and fees for undergrad is €9,000, and our BFA is a bit more expensive just because there's different locations for your classes and different material you need. And I will put my contact info in the chat below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, American College Dublin. Up next, we're going to move to IE University.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about IE University. My name is Elsa Bustani, and I'm the local representative of IE University in the Northeast. Our university is based in Spain. We have two campuses, one in Segovia and one in Madrid. But all of our classes and courses and program are entirely taught in English. And we have 7 different accreditation, which means that you can study and work wherever you want after IE. All of our bachelor programs are 4 years long, and they can be studied in both Segovia and Madrid. We have a bachelor in design, business administration, behavior and social science, and we're usually more specialized in liberal art programs and business programs, but we also have a very innovative new bachelor degree in computer science and artificial intelligence. We also have dual degrees, which is basically the opportunity to study 5 years and combine 2 degrees instead of 1. For example, we have a dual degree in business and law, a dual degree in international relations and economics, etc. So who are our students at IE University? Well, every year we welcome students from 130 nationalities and more than 50 different educational systems. 75% of our students are international students, and we have 45 plus languages spoken on campus. In total, we have 4,100 students at our undergraduate level. And here are both of our campuses. So it's, it's diverse experience. The campus in Segovia is actually a monument classified by UNESCO. It's older than the United States. It's over 900 years old. And although we preserve the architectural heritage of it, the facilities is extremely modern. Here you have a couple of pictures of Segovia as a city. The castle of Segovia is one of the castles that inspired the logo of Disney. And here you have an overview of our campuses, our newest tower and campus Madrid. The IE tower is open in September 2021, and we're going to have the first cohort of students studying there. So just to give you an overview of the campus anyways. So we also want our students to build their own future and their own experience at IE. So they usually we're very flexible. They can pick between elective and advanced seminars, international exchange opportunity. For instance, at Cornell and McGill in the US, and internships, 6 months internships are compulsory in most of our programs. And you also have the IEU labs, which is basically the opportunity to gain work experience on campus alongside a company and their team, a scholar, and your classmates. Here are a breakdown of all of our partners' university for study abroad programs. And we also have a joint summer program with Brown, and a joint MBA with Brown, and a joint master with Yale. We have our own newsletter, more than 5 podcasts on campus, and 100 plus active IEU clubs. We're ranked first in Spain, 7 in Europe, and 23rd worldwide, and 95% of our students find a job upon graduation. So how do you apply at IE? You can apply to Common App or to our own platform. You will need to submit an online application with a couple of documents that were not test optional. You will need to take the SAT, ACT, or our own test, and then you will be sent a short online assessment. And if we like your profile, you'll be invited for an interview and hear back from us with a final decision, which in the next 2 weeks. So the whole admission process is 100% done online. And here is the breakdown of what will be needed. Thank you for listening, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Thank you very much, IE University. As we move into our final presentations, attendees, you are welcome to submit any additional questions you have through the Q&A. We'll have some time at the end for the university representatives to answer them, but you certainly are free to continue submitting now. Up next is University of East Anglia.
Thank you so much, Christopher, and thanks to those of you who are joining today live or watching this afterwards on the recording. My name is Alana Stewart. I'm the regional manager for the University of East Anglia.
Alana, sorry to interrupt you. Your audio is a little.
Okay, let's see. Let me unplug
That's
and
better.
then replug it. Oh, it's better?
That's much better.
Okay, we're good then. Okay, so let's start over. My name is Alana Stewart. I'm the regional manager for the University of East Anglia, and I am based in Michigan, so in the same great state as you all. I'm located in the Metro Detroit area. The University of East Anglia is also known as UEA. We were founded in 1963, so we're relatively young, but since then we've done a great job establishing ourselves as one of the world top 200 universities, and also we're within the UK top 25. We are a public campus-based research institution, so the professors that you learn under are doing top-level research and contributing to their respective fields. We have a wide variety of subject areas that those professors teach. It amounts to over 160 undergraduate courses, which you know as majors. We have about 17,000 students on our campus, of which 17% are international. Our location is in Norwich, England, actually not too far from Essex, to be quite honest. For you all, as Emma presented a bit earlier, we're about an hour and a half northeast of London by train. That area of the country is named East Anglia, so that's where the university gets its name from, and it is beautiful countryside there. With that being said, Norwich itself is one of the largest cities there. We have about 130,000 people, so we are a shopping destination with a ton of malls downtown, Victorian arcades, cafes. We also have one of the highest number of vegan restaurants per person. And I say this even if you're not a vegan, in case you wanted to kind of know about the eclectic nature that is the city of Norwich, and we do have a little bit for everybody. There's an international airport, so we are easily accessible. You can also come up by bus or train from the city of London. And there's also a train that would take you to the coastline, so you can head out to the beach like you're very familiar with doing in Michigan. Kind of a similar idea, and the temperature would probably be similar to Lake Superior, I would think. We do have a castle and 2 cathedrals in the city center. We are also known as being a very affordable city and been named one of the best cities to live in. We are also a safe location to go to. Our campus is located 3 miles from the proper city center on 320 acres of green space. There is a lake you can see on the left-hand side, and residents as well as students like to take advantage of the space and do take walks around the trails. On the right-hand side, you can see the fields, pitch, and courts. We do have one of the largest indoor sports parks in Great Britain. So there's an indoor rock climbing wall as well as an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We do have accommodation for international students. It is guaranteed for your first year, and we have a lot of different price points depending on what your budget is. You also mostly would get your own space, which is a big difference in the UK to the US. Our student union features pubs as well as a live music venue. In a good year, we get 50 or more gigs. So if you're into music, it's a great place to be introduced into some musicians that you may have not heard of before. Also, our library is 24/7 if you need a quiet place to study. We have the Sainsbury Center for Visual Arts, which has been featured in the Avengers films. If you have seen those, you've seen a little bit of UEA's campus. You can also see the facade behind me. And then finally, we do have some new buildings. So that first slide I showed you was our brand new science building. It was dedicated by Dr. Jane Goodall. And we also have Productivity East, which is the center for engineers within the community, as well as our engineering students. So that works really well for the cross collaboration there. These are the larger degree areas we have at the university. So again, not all the specific degrees that you might find. Please do check out our website for all of those. But we do have creative writing and environmental science as the two subjects that we are most well known for. We also do well with business, economics, and international development, and kind of spattering of other degrees. The programs in the UK, as some of my colleagues probably mentioned before, are 3 years long. So you do need to go exactly, or do need to know exactly what you want to get into. We do have options on the vast majority of our degrees to do a year abroad, a year in industry, or a placement year. Those do extend your degree to 4 years. However, you typically don't pay full tuition and fees for that experience. So it is a great addition to be considering. Our application is the UCAS. You can apply to 5 UK programs within that. Some of my colleagues have gone over this already. We do require at UEA a 3.3 or higher GPA, 3 AP or IB exams, or you can also give an SAT or an ACT exam at the scores listed. If you do have a subject-specific requirement on your course, we do require an AP exam for that specific subject. If you have any questions about the requirements, I'm also more than happy to clarify them for you. We look for demonstrated academic interest in your essay specifically, so what you want to do, why you want to do it, and how you kind of prepared yourself for it, and potentially even what you want to do afterwards. But as a 17 or 18-year-old, we know that that may not be totally something you're sure of, which is totally fine. Interviews, auditions, and portfolios may also be required. Our courses start at 24,000 US dollars, roughly. You are at the mercy of the exchange rate there, but they do go up from there. And the estimated cost of living outside of London is about $13,000. Again, in Norwich, you can probably live more affordably, but that does give you a good idea of what you should maybe estimate. We are very cost comparable to out-of-state institutions and sometimes even in-state, depending on where you might be looking in this awesome state of ours. So our scholarships for 2021 include an automatic scholarship of £4,000 for just the first year. If you write 2 short essays, you can send them in for by application to get up to £8,000 per year. We do have music and sports scholarship options. Most of our courses are FAFSA loan eligible for students, and students can work on the Tier 4 student visa part-time during their courses, as well as full-time during the holidays, either on or off campus. And also we do have Sally Mae and veteran benefits options too. Please connect with us. We have our student ambassador, Nicole, who's from California. She's in her last year and her undergrad program, but probably staying on with us for her postgraduate master's for an extra year. And then if you do have any questions, again, please reach out to me. I'm pretty much right next door, not too far from any of you. So I'd love to hear from you if there's anything that you need. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, UEA. And we do have some time remaining, so while we wait to see what additional questions our attendees have, perhaps we can do a round or 2 of questions here ourselves. So if I could ask all of our panelists to turn their video cameras back on, and I would pose the following question. What's one thing you did not have time to present on that you'd like to cover now? Perhaps that's your favorite event or tradition on campus or in town, a fun fact about your school, etc. So why don't we go in that same order? And so Essex, lead off.
Great. Okay, so I mentioned that one of my favourite things about Essex is how international the university is. And every year on campus, we have an event called One World Essex, which is basically a week-long party that celebrates all international cultures that are on campus. We have an international food festival, which is probably one of my favourite things. There are speaker sessions, CV workshops to help with international students and employability. It starts off with a parade of flags on campus, and we also celebrate local culture too. And then, yeah, as I said, finishes off with an international party. So that's one of my favourite things.
Great, thank you. Oxford Brookes.
Hi, you know what? I was going to mention our One World Week, but very similar to Emma's, we have something similar here at Oxford Brookes. But instead, what I'll talk about is May morning, and one of the things that happens in the city, which is really interesting. So May morning happens, everyone kind of congregates down in the city on what's called Magdalen Bridge. And as the sun rises in the morning, we actually have a choir that climbs up to the top of the tower and sings in the morning. And there's all sorts of different events that are coming on. You'll often see students who kind of make their way through the night into the morning, who join for the morning, but the whole town is there. It's quite an interesting event. So lots of things that are going on as well.
Great, thank you. American College Dublin.
So a little fun fact about the American College Dublin. Our main building is actually the childhood home of Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde was a famous Irish poet and playwright in the late 1800s. So you know there's a lot of great tradition and energy in that sense.
Great, thank you. IE University.
In our case, I would like to share that we have a very established incubator program at IE, and we organize 22 venture days across 8 different locations every year. And I think that's like a big part of who we are and how our campus functions. So I just wanted to share it.
Great, thank you. And UEA.
So bad news that there is actually a plight of hedgehogs. Good news that UEA is a hedgehog-friendly campus. So we've actually been given a bronze accreditation by the British Hedgehog Preservation Society. And so it's kind of turned into campus into a hedgehog preservation ecosystem for them, which is really great. We have a ton of bunnies on campus. We also have our own Shetland ponies for part of our international development farm. So I know students like to go visit them. And kind of take a break from studying to feed them a bit.
Or hedgehogs, do they kind of eat away at the vegetation?
You know, I haven't seen them, but I would assume, yeah. So our campus, because it's on 360 acres, there's a lot of vegetation for them to feast on. But yeah, it's really sad that they're actually endangered or becoming endangered in the UK. I think I never realized that could be a thing. You just, I feel like we don't see them in the US as much. They are adorable.
Great, thank you. And my last question would be, what's one piece of advice you have for a student looking to complete their college degree outside of the US, and or a frequently asked question that you receive from international applicants? So back to Essex.
Okay, so I think my piece of advice would be speak to students. I think this was actually mentioned in Alana's presentation, maybe a couple of others, but if you're interested in a particular subject, then do speak to current students at the university that you might be interested in studying at and ask them about their experiences. Lots of us are on a platform called UniBuddy, which I can put a link into the chat. And if you want to find out what it's like to study a particular subject, then I would really recommend speaking to current students because they are the best people to find out what it's like to study that subject.
Great, thank you. Oxford Brookes.
Yeah, I would say narrow down what it is that you're hoping to get out of your university experience to help you in your search. There are plenty of universities out there, and each university has something really wonderful to offer. But just tailoring your search to what is it that you want to get out of it. So do you want location? You might have family or friends that are nearby that might influence that. Or do you, are you hoping to pursue sort of that research path, or there are certain career paths that you're hoping to do? Each university might have something a little bit different that can help you get there. So I would say figure out what it is that you want to get out of it to help tailor that search and kind of narrow that down.
Okay, thank you. American College Dublin.
Yeah, I would just say don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. Just kind of echoing uh, the responses before me, but it can be, a daunting experience. We've all been there, so don't be afraid to reach out and ask, ask, ask. So many questions and tons of research. It will never hurt.
Definitely. IE University.
Simply visit campuses, and if you can't do it physically, at least make your research online. Try to connect with different students that had the opportunity to study on campus. A lot of universities are organizing information session with students, and I think that the best way to know if you can picture yourself is to meet people that are considering this opportunity as well, and check if you vibe, and prepare a to-do list, your wish list, what you want and what you don't want out of an university experience, and make sure that you pick an institution that mirrors your value, because at the end of the day it's going to follow you for a very long time, and it's all about you for the next 4 or 3 years depending on where.
Thank you. UEA.
All right. So I think my colleagues all made excellent points. So won't take too much time there. I mean, we are all here for you. I hope we have dispelled some of the rumors. I think there are certainly rumors and a lot of maybe lack of awareness about international options. So obviously it's a great step to be here today and listening to this to learn a bit more. But yeah, reach out to all of us with anything that it is that you need. And don't be afraid to go abroad and take the road less traveled from some of your other peers who might just be looking to stay in the UK. We will take good care of you once you are across the pond.
Great, thank you. And just out of curiosity, how many folks here either did their college degree outside of their home country, studied abroad, or lived abroad for a period of time? Yeah, see, so all of our attendees, you should do it as well. It's a great experience. That does it for our session. We want to again thank all of our panelists for spending some time sharing information about their schools. I'm sure they would all be more than happy to continue the conversations with you. So please do reach out to them, ask them more questions, learn about their schools, and take them up on the offer to speak to students who are currently studying there. I think that's a great opportunity. Before we do close this session, just a few quick housekeeping items. When you close this window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask that you complete. Again, there are 2 other sessions today, as well as sessions this week. So if you haven't signed up for those yet, please do so. And about 1 week from today, a recording of the session will be available on that same registration website. But thank you again to everybody. And for the students out there, good luck in your college search. Have a great day.